All right. Hello, everybody. Can you hear me perfectly? Can you hear me all right? Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. So we will begin today's webinar. I would like to thank everybody for coming. Today will be a very, very short webinar as we will be taking a look into a new AI TTS feature for VitalPBX, so text to speech, as some of you were mentioning on the chat. And we're taking our time to explain it because it's a little bit more um, complex but not difficult um, new feature to handle, and I know that it will be very useful. So let's begin. My name is Joseph Montes for those that do not know me, and I will be guiding you through today's webinar regarding the new AI TTS feature for Vital PBX. So this new AI TTS feature, once again, TTS for text to speech, is going to be using a new model from OpenAI, which is called the GPT-4o Mini TTS. The name might not be that intuitive, but um, it is a very powerful new tool that has become available through the OpenAI API, and we have now implemented onto VitalPBX. So before we dive in into the how the um, AI voice is going to be configured, um, what does this new model allow us to do? It basically allows us to add more flair. So we can add accent, emotional range, intonation, impressions, control the speed of the speech, the tone, whispering, pacing, pronunciation, phrasing, and voice affect. These are called voice aspects. So to understand what each of these are, let's briefly go through the different aspects that we can use with this new text to speech model. So the first one is accent. Just as the name implies, it is the colloquial accent for the voice. So whether or not it has a British accent, an American accent, you can also have accents from other languages. So you can have a English text be read out with a Spanish accent. You can have a Jamaican accent. You can have more regional accents to your voices, so they will sound more natural depending on your region. So the way that the AI text to speech voice will read the different texts, either for the voice prompts that you can generate or with the AI assistants, you can give it a nice regional flair to it. You also have an emotional range that you can add to it. So this is basically the tone or inflection, how emotional, as the word implies, the voice will sound like. So you can have it speak more angrily, more calmly, uh, more casual. So you can give it that range of emotions for when it speaks. We also can control the intonation. So the intonation will define the expressiveness or clarity of the voice. So how it emphasizes on certain words. So you will be able to have a different type of intonation for how each word will sound like. You can also add impressions. So, as the name implies, it will create an impression based on a specific character. So, you can tell it to sound like a radio host. To some of the sillier options are to sound like a pirate or to sound like a narrator. So you can make it know to sound like a specific type of character. You can play around with how the voice will behave based on this impression. Then the speed, it's quite simple. It is basically how fast the text to speech reads the different words. Then we have the tone. So this would be the character or attitude of the voice. So you can have it be a little bit more stoic, or you can have it be more casual or more pretentious in the way that the voice will sound like. So you can give it that kind of characteristic to have a specific attitude towards how it reads out the text. Whispering is quite intuitive. It's basically telling it to speak with very breathy, so it will try to speak quietly and with a lot of breathing and little vowel pronunciation. Then we have the pacing. So the pacing controls the speed of certain sentences. So this means that you can make it speak slower during an apology. So whenever the AI might have to apologize because they gave a wrong answer, or depending on how the customer is speaking with the AI assistant, for example, you can tell it to speak slower during an apology for clarity and processing, or it can speak faster when offering solutions to signal action and resolution. Then we have the pronunciation. The pronunciation will be how the words are enunciated and articulated. So you can add emphasis on specific parts of the words. So maybe you want a character that speaks more with emphasized S's or T's, depending on how you wish the language to sound like. Then we have phrasing. So whenever you have longer sentences or longer uh, blocks of text that it will read out in multiple sentences, you can tell it how to pause between the sentences. So this would be small pauses between the different sentences, and maybe you can add breathing between the sentences. So it sounds more human, that it needs to catch up with some air to it. And finally, we have voice affect. This is basically the style of the voice or the vibe of the speech. Um, so you can style it to be more friendly, more warm, uh, to be able to give that afflection to its voice. So this is all the theory part. I just wanted to take a little bit of time, and don't worry, you do not need to write down everything and memorize every single description. This webinar is going to be recorded and also uploaded to our YouTube channel, so you can always rewatch it. I just do not want to take too much of your time. So with that said, what's better than to learn by doing some demos? So I have prepared um, some options here. So the way that we use this new text-to-speech model is through the Voice Hub. Okay. So if you have not seen our videos or our articles about the different AI features, or you have not tried them out in your VitalPBX installations, the Voice Hub is where you connect either with OpenAI or Microsoft Azure to be able to use their AI trained text to speech voices that you can use for AI assistance or to generate prompts on your system. So with this, we're able to um, connect with OpenAI and we're able to use this model, the GPT-4o Mini TTS. If you have used this previously, we still have the previous options available, both in standard definition and in high definition. So TTS1 is basically the older system for text to speech, which will work just as how it has been doing for all this time. And we also have TTS1 HD that will return a higher definition or higher resolution audio. But today we are going to be focusing on GPT-4o Mini. And if you have used the voice profiles before, you know that when using OpenAI, you're able to choose the different voices from the voices that OpenAI provides. And now we have, with GPT-4o Mini TTS, we now have this voice instructions field at the bottom. Let me make it a little bigger and let me bring out my first example. So let me copy it. Okay, so the first example is the base configuration, or so to speak, the base prompt that we have for the text to speech model with Mini TTS. And in this case, I will be choosing the voice of Sage, which is I believe that it's one of the best female voices that OpenAI offers. Let me go ahead and click on update. So here you can see that I am defining the different voice aspects that I was just talking about a couple of seconds ago. So here you can see that I have a voice affect. So I am telling it to maintain an excited and reassuring tone, speak with authority and confidence, ensuring customers feel heard and supported. Then I can also establish the tone. So your tones should be sincere, empathetic, and gently authoritative. Express genuine concern and apology when needed, while conveying competence and reliability. For the pacing, I have it to be speak at a steady, moderate pace, so it's not too fast, not too slow. The emotion, convey genuine empathy and understanding in every interaction. And I give it some examples on how to respond when apologizing. And pronunciation, I'm ensuring that it is able to enunciate and be able to speak each word clearly and separately. Okay, so let's take a listen to how this set of voice instructions sound like. For this one, I will be using the built-in prompt that we have here for the um, um, demo of the text-to-speech voice.
In The Symphony di oggi composi una realizzazione per i medici che resonazzi con amore, arricchita dalla magia di VitalPBX.
Were you able to hear that? Let me know in the chat. Yes. Okay, perfect. I'm just making sure that my audio is routed correctly. So there you have a listen. That this is an example of a more neutral speaking voice. So you're able to um, have a listen to how a more neutral or stoic type of voice would sound like. The second example that I have here is a little bit more fun, in my opinion. In here, I am telling it to speak with a Southern accent from the United States. The emotion is to be warm, empathetic, like you are a caring person. Then we have the speed, speaking a promptly manner. Usually in the South, people speak quite quickly. To have a tone of have a friendly tone with a smooth twang, which is elongating the end of words and usually in a rising cadence. Then pronunciation is to enunciate each word clearly with notable pronunciation. So basically, I'm still telling it to be able to pronounce every single word clearly. Here I implement volume. So I'm telling it to speak a little bit louder. Once again, a little bit of a stereotype, but people here in the South speak a little bit on a little bit louder volume. And then impressions, to be a southern person from the deep south of the United States. So if I now update this, and let me copy the let me copy a text that I have here that goes well with the voice. So here I can go ahead and convert it.
Hello, darling. How can I help you today? This is what Southern hospitality is all about.
There you go. So you can hear um that it has that uh, southern tone to its voice, with that cadence, elongating each word. So it has that southern feel. Now to show that it also works in other languages, I have here an example in Spanish. So even though my instructions are in English, this will show you that you can also tell it um, that it'll be speaking on a specific language. Um, so here I am telling it to speak with Canaries accent, so from the Canary Islands in Spain. I am specifying some quirks of that specific accent. Um, the emotion is to say it in a sweet, cheerful voice, like you're tending to customers. Telling it to speak fairly quickly, have a friendly and engaging tone, but don't be overly cheerful. Enunciate each word properly, speak louder, and the impressions is like a teller in an airline's counter. Okay, so if I save this, let me copy the text here. And if I paste it, I have here some Spanish text that it will read out.
Hola, bienvenido. Gracias por llamar a Spanish Airlines. ¿Cómo puedo ayudarle el día de hoy?
So one interesting thing here is the way it pronounces the English words even in another language. I told it that it will be speaking mainly speaking in Spanish. So even if the text is in English, to use the accent with it. So you heard that it said Spanish Airlines, giving it a Spanish accent to how it speaks. So you can use foreign accents even in speaking in English. And once again, you can tell it to use accents from anywhere or almost anywhere. So I choose the Canaries here. It's just a particular accent in Spanish. You can also use Latin American. You can also use Spain, um, uh, Castilian accent, or you can also say it speak English but with an Italian accent and so on. So it has that special characteristic to it. Then we can go a little bit more um, character driven. So here's an example of a more British um, sounding voice, and I like to use for this one the voice of Ballad. It naturally has a British accent to it. Here you can see that I am telling it to speak in a South London accent with a bit of growling in your voice. Say this in a friendly, caring voice. Have a warm, caring voice, that of a grandfather, and towards an older son. Keep a stoic manner and don't be overly cheerful or dramatic. Use a prompt speed so it speaks a little bit quicker. The intonation, extend the end of words for emphasis, especially if they end in a vowel or er. The pronunciation, to keep the enunciation clearly, and here I am telling it to emphasize the t's in words. and speak louder just so we can hear him clearly. And impressions use a low, gravelly voice, that of a butler that works for a rich Gotham City magnate. Um, you might know who that is. Okay, so I update this. We can hear a demo for this voice. Okay, now I click convert.
Hello, Master Bruce. Are you ready for your afternoon nap? Or a setup to start answering to the bat signal? I already have your Batmobile ready. I hope you feel better after last night's dwelling with the Joker.
Okay, so you can feel the emphasis on those teeth with better. And then when it ends in a vowel, ready, or with ER with Joker, it stays a little bit longer, giving it more characteristic to it. Okay, then finally, for the examples, I have another type of character. Okay, I'm going to be using Sage once again. And you will listen that this sounds a little bit different to the um, voice we had at the beginning. So speak with a transatlantic accent from the 1920s, with a charismatic voice, speak fairly quickly, elongate the end of your sentences, especially if they end in N, enunciate each word clearly, speak in louder volume for better clarity. And in the impressions, I'm saying that they will talk like an actor from the 1920s in a radio show, similar to Cary Grant or Katharine Hepburn. So I'm going to go ahead and update. And then the final sentence here. And convert.
Thank you for calling the Budapest Hotel. This is your front desk receptionist. How can I help you?
So it has a little bit of that more flamboyant um, um, or very theater-esque type of voice. So these are just examples. Once again, um, you can play around with all of these different voice aspects to add more character to your text to speech voice. So you can play around with these different aspects, see what works, what you can change, and with VitalPBX, it makes it very easy to use the voice profile and start testing, as you just saw me doing here. As you can see, it's very simple to follow with the voice aspect, followed by the instructions depending on this aspect, to be able to control this quality or characteristic for the voice. One thing that OpenAI made available, I know that some of you in the chat have been asking, um, even though the voices have been trained in English, the GPT model is able to process or understand multiple languages. So this is the list of languages that OpenAI say they support. Says they support. So I didn't want to make a bullet list for this, so I just copied the paragraph. I'm just going to dwell here a little bit so you can see if your language is available there. This is certainly more language availability than the original text to speech, um, model. And I know that with the prompt or voice instructions that you can add to the voice, you play around with the accent so you can make it a little bit more local to your specific region. So yeah, you can see it supports a nice list of languages. Um, and you can mix and match these accents as well. Okay. So before we go to answer some questions, I would also like to highlight some additional transcription models that have been made available to um, the AI assistants. So with this update, when you create an AI assistant, you will see that transcription model, the drop-down menu now has two more options: GPT-4o Mini, GPT-4o Transcribe. And I find that Mini Transcribe gives you a little bit faster results for speaking. So here I have prepared an AI assistant that has that Southern accent to it. So we can take a listen to it.
Howdy. Thank you for calling VitalPBX's Southern AI Assistant, where we help you with true Southern hospitality. How can I help you? Go ahead.
Yeah. What are the working hours for VitalPBX?
All right, hold on a moment. VitalPBX operates Monday through Friday from 0 a.m. to 05 p.m. I'm here to help. Do you have any other questions? Go ahead.
Yeah. What are the support options that you offer?
All right, hold on a moment. We offer a professional support package available for purchase at our website, vitalpbx.com. I'm here to help. Any other questions? Go ahead.
No, that should be it. I have no more questions.
All right, hold on a moment.
Okay.
Thank you for
There you
using
go.
VitalPBX's AI Assistant feature. Have a nice day. Now I'll prepare the email with the conversation transcript.
There you go. That last part was a little bit slower because I have it send an email as part of the instructions. So it takes a little bit of time, but um, answer and response fairly quicker than it was with previous models, taking 3 to 5 seconds from um, for transcribing the voice to text, generating a response, and creating that audio back. Still not quite real time, but the response times are getting a little bit faster. Okay. So with that, are there any questions? Okay, so if you have any questions, remember you have the chat, and there's also a Q&A section available for you to post your questions as well. Let me scroll up a little bit to see if my team has answered. I know that they have answered some questions here. Are we able to use any languages supported by OpenAI model? Yes, as I mentioned. Here, these are all the available languages that OpenAI lets us use. Is it supported auto language detection? Example, caller is calling in Spanish, and answer should be in Spanish. If the caller is talking in English, answer should be in English. Not at this moment, since you have a predefined voice for the AI assistant. So this assistant um, will be based on this prompt. I know that you could try it though, but you should be able to play around with what the welcome message would be. Maybe in that case, you would have a blank or um, muted or silent piece of audio. So when no welcome message is played back, and whenever the customer starts speaking, the AI assistant is able to generate the response in multiple languages. And using the OpenAI text to speech model, you could have that available. Similarly to how I used the Spanish instructions. So if you remember this, where I told it that it's going to be speaking in Spanish, I click on update. And even if I say something in English,
In la Symphony of Today compose telecomunicaciones masterpiece que
so it might try, but I wouldn't say that it's multi-language. So I would rather recommend you use an IVR at the beginning of your call flow and have them press 1 for English, press 2 for Spanish, press 3 for German, and so on. How can we use it like human for answers? Well, for that, I would recommend that you look into our AI assistance video on YouTube, where we go more in depth, where you can use this AI assistant module to give it specific instructions on how it is going to behave and upload documentation for it to be able to generate a response based on that documentation. Is it included in the Carrier Plus? Yes. The AI assistants, the voice hub, that comes with the Carrier Plus. It actually comes with the call center, the Carrier Plus, and VitalPBX 1 licensing plans. What about using other third-party AI tools instead of ChatGPT? At this moment, we have the integration with OpenAI. In terms of text to speech, once again, we also have the ability to connect with Microsoft Azure. So you can connect with Microsoft and your Azure API key. So you're able to use those voices. So you have that option at this moment. Okay. But in terms of adding more LLMs like DeepSeek, Gemini, and so on, at this moment, there are no plans as there's always a slew of new LLMs coming out. Maybe in the future, we will have more of them added to the list. Can we just create and download the audio for standard IVR recordings? Yeah, perfectly. For that, we have under settings, voice prompts, and then recordings management. Here, you can generate the different prompts that you can use either on IVRs or announcements. So here you can see that we have this audio from text option. You can choose your voice over here, give it a name. Actually, it does not support the exclamation there. So I can go ahead and I can do this, convert it. And I think it's going to speak in a Spanish accent because that was the voice that I saved recently with OpenAI there. But here you can,
Hello, thank you for calling.
so you can hear that text. I also have the other ones here that I used for today's
Thank
demo.
you for calling VitalPBX. My name is Vicky, and I will be answering your questions today.
So these are all generated with the text to speech, and you can use them for your regular IVR or announcements. Conversational AI coming soon. Conversational AI, we did a webinar already on using it right now. So I recommend you go to our YouTube channel and search for the conversational AI module, which is located here. But this conversational AI is using Twilio's voice forgot the name at this moment of how it's called. Their real-time assistant server. So because we also tried running it locally on a VitalPBX installation, but you would need a way too powerful server, especially if you want to handle more than one conversation, because it generates quite a lot of audio files per second. So running it locally right now, it's not feasible. We will be analyzing more options, but conversational AI per se, right now it's working using Twilio's streaming, real-time streaming AI voices. Okay. Stanley's integration also there for conversational AI. Not at this moment. Right now, the team has only experimented with Twilio. If we see that Telnix has it, it'll depend if Telnix has the necessary API endpoints. We haven't done any research with Telnix at the moment. Can the AI IVR route calls based on detected intent rather than DTMF input? I wouldn't understand that question. AI IVR, do you mean the AI assistant? In the case of the AI assistant, yeah, you can give it access to your internal directory, extensions, queues, so on and so forth, and tell it to transfer your call. I apologize for the people typing messages in Arabic, so I'm not able to understand that. Maybe you're speaking with each other. Okay. Any more questions? Need more explanation regarding the AI assistant? Okay, in that case, once again, I recommend you go to our YouTube channel where we already have videos going through the AI assistant. Let me bring up the URL for you. Okay, so there on the chat, I have pasted the link on using the AI assistant, and here we have the link to our other webinar where we talked about the other AI features. Can the voice instructions be in the same language or always in English? Yeah, you can write them in any language. Given that OpenAI and ChatGPT has been trained in English, it'll but it'll still understand. Um, it'll still understand your prompts even if they are in another language. But yeah, you can still type them in another language. So you can do it in Spanish, Greek, Italian. OpenAI will understand that. It's not necessary that they are in English. I feel that English gives me more accurate results because I believe that OpenAI is translating whatever the other language is into English and then performing the prompt. So if you start already in English, it might be a little bit more accurate. But I have tried writing some instructions in Spanish and it works as well. Okay, do we have any more questions? Does the system provide a fallback option if the speech recognition fails multiple times? Yes, it is available here on the AI assistance, the final destination, which is the destination it'll go after the maximum number of interactions goes through. Well, is there any restrictions as to how many AI assistants we can define? There's no restrictions. Software wise from our side, with your call center and your Carrier Plus, or now called multi-tenant, or VitalPBX one license, you can create as many assistants as you want. There, we do not impose any limits to it. Okay, any more comments or questions? No, today has been quite short. Mr. Adalto, I see that you have your hand raised. If you can type down your comments on the chat. How many calls can handle by this assistant? You can have multiple calls use the same assistant. They will be using different threads. Let's see, are there KPIs or dashboard? Not at this moment. No reports on the AI assistant per se, as the AI assistant has been developed just to answer specific questions or frequently asked questions at the moment and transfer your calls to other destinations. Mr. Silva, okay, understood. Perfect. Any other comments or questions before we close things for today? Okay, so if there are no more questions, I would like to thank everybody for coming here today, and I hope that you all enjoyed today's webinar. It's quite short. But I just wanted to make sure that these concepts for this new text-to-speech model was understood. So I wanted to go a little bit over it, answer any questions if there were any. So thank you all for coming, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you next time.